17 minutes off the leader Carl Alexander. And Alexander, long gone, 4 kilometres down the track, is going to be tough to catch. Bridge of Wales leading the way, but being chased hard by Linda Evans of England. Lucy Gossage in Chiddingston, heading towards the castle. Now, she's had a brilliant season, winning Ironman UK and Ironman Wales, today racing in the relay event. The refreshments at Chiddingston Castle, essential for so many of the athletes. David McNamee of Scotland, racing hard. He's gaining on the leaders. He's up into the top 5 now. Bridge still leading the women's and looking relatively comfortable, very focused. And Linda Evans, a nice running style. Can she close that gap on Bridge? The Olympic distance race, remember, the race that involves the international challenge, Great Britain and France. France still with an 8-point advantage, and that's due to the good cycling. Beau Smith, David Bishop have got to make a move to get back on terms as they come into T2. Beau Smith, I think, looking to be the first in. He's the man in black, just overtaking Cyril Viennot of France. Just in time for the dismount. Penalty seconds, of course, added if you're too late off the bike. So Smith was first out of T1. Is he going to be first out of T2 again? His points could prove crucial today. David Bishop has hung on in 4th place and will be through T2 shortly. And it's these sort of situations that make the women's role in the international event so important. It could well be between Pelletier and Johnston. David Bishop in and out of T2. 3 men up ahead to catch, and if he can get the 2 Frenchmen, that would be brilliant news for the British team. Beau Smith is going to have to fight so hard to hang on in 1st place.
I feel like I often run better after the bike. I think maybe the more constant pace suits me more, and my legs just wake up a bit quicker on the run.
Beau Smith running well, but he's in a spot of bother here with the 2 Frenchmen coming up strongly behind him. His response is going to be very interesting indeed. Delphine Pelletier of France, Vicky Johnston of Great Britain. The 2 women pretty much neck and neck as they go through T2, and the faster transition coming from Pelletier of France. Well, the international competition is certainly adding a little bit of spice to this race. Positions changing all the time. Beau Smith just losing 1st place to Viennot of France. Now let's see how that affects the scores. France now on 23, Great Britain 29. Remember, it's the lowest score that leads, and the French with that 6-point advantage at the moment. Cara Mela, 3 hours and 9 minutes on the bike. That's not bad, just a small matter of a half marathon to go.
What mental state do you think you're in right now?
Tired but happy. It's a wonderful course. My legs are tired. Feel like jelly, but I'll be fine. 4 lots of 5K, that's how I think about this. So, brilliant.
I'll see you at the finish line.
Well, 2 hours.
2 hours would be a very good run indeed. Carl Alexander still leading the Gauntlet race, and he certainly snatched his opportunity. Good strong running from him. Horton in 2nd place, running in the Loughborough colours, and he's now under pressure from David McNamee, who, remember, was just inside the top 10 in T2. He's worked his way up into 3rd position overall, and he's moving faster than Horton, who's about to be pushed down into 3rd place. A stunning performance from David McNamee. He can never be accused of giving up, but he's still got his mind on winning this race. and it is possible. It is possible. But remember, at T2, he was 13 minutes behind Alexander. What a comeback. McNamee a little bit tight in the shoulders, but still travelling very quickly indeed. Linda Evans on the far side of the river, and on the near side, the women's leader, Carol Bridge of Wales. She's pretty much led since the start. Evans still some way behind. Now the situation in the International Challenge is getting interesting. David Bishop is catching Beau Smith. He's about to overtake Beau Smith, and he's ahead of Victor up into second place now. And that should close the scores from 6 points. The margin now only 2 points. And with Johnston gaining a place on Pelletier, it's going to be very, very tight. Viernot, the hot favourite to win the Olympic distance race. And it looks as though he is going to do just that. A man who's finished in the top 20 of the Ironman World Championships before.
How are you feeling, Cara?
I'm tired but good. I'm going to do it. And it's not muddy, it's wonderful.
Still looks full of running. Her husband racing in the Olympic distance race. Here is Harvey. Good, solid, stomping run. No energy to talk or take in the fantastic scenery.
Good right, Harvey.
His kids are waiting with Rachel.
You raced yesterday and now you've been waiting for your mummy and daddy to come through. How exciting is that?
Really exciting because we followed them every step of the way. We saw her come out the swim and then onto the bike, and yeah, it was good.
Have you been nervous at all watching your mummy and daddy?
No.
Do you think they're going to have done really well? Do you reckon they can do as well as you?
My dad looked really confident coming out of the swim, so I reckon he had a brilliant race. And Mum, she looked a bit tired, but I reckon she'll get through it.
I'm sure she will. She's got a while to go yet. And in the men's race in the Gauntlet, the leader coming in towards the finish area already, Carl Alexander. Well, that has to go down as the performance of his life. A brilliant victory from him. 1:28.33 for the run, a total time of 4 hours 40.31. Alexander the champion. How about this? David McNamee, he finishes in second, 4:40.54, having been 13 minutes behind at T2. And Horton comes in to finish third.
I spoke to John Levison this morning, the Tri 24/7 editor. He said I was feeling terrible this morning. It could have gone either two ways. I could have had an absolute flyer or an absolute stinker, and luckily it was the latter, not the former, not the latter. So yeah, it was. It's been a brilliant end to the season.
The runner-up today, David McNamee.
It started off so well, I felt going to swim. Fraser had a good lead. By about 30 k's in the bike, we were 3-4 minutes up, and I thought, this is it, I just need to stick with Fraser and then see if I've got the run legs today. I don't know what happened, but we just ended up going off course. I got off the bike and I just decided, well, I've came all the way down here. It's the last race of the season, I knew I'd be disappointed if I didn't go and at least try and do something, and yeah, I made up a few places, so these things happen. It's been a good season, so I'm looking forward to the holiday now and getting back into training. Hopefully next year, I can move up in the world again.
Carol Bridge takes the women's title, deservedly so, having led pretty much from start to finish.
I thought I'd come and there'd be little hills on the bike, but they were I saw 13% on some of the road signs, so yeah, they were pretty hard. The second lap they felt twice as long, twice as steep. Yeah, I suffered on the run as well.
And Linda Evans coming in to finish second in the women's event, just over a minute behind Bridge.
Were you expecting or hoping at the start of today that you could finish on the podium?
Not at all. I've never done a half Ironman before.
Wow.
I just thought it's the end of the season and I'd try something different and give something a go. So I was just aiming to finish today.
Well, she's done far better than that, just behind Carol Bridge today, who wins the women's event in 5:15.20. Alexander takes the top spot in the men's event ahead of McNamee and Richard Horton. In the Olympic event, Cyril Viernot, the only Frenchman to qualify for Kona this year, has gone and won here at Hever Castle. Great performance from him. David Bishop, a really solid run to get himself up into second place and overtaking Victor Delilco in the process. So France 1 and 3. And that puts them in a very strong position for the team event.
When we dismount the bike, I wasn't sure I could run fast, you know. But I did it, and my mind was very important today because it was very, very hard.
I didn't really warm up in the swim until about halfway, and then I was just chasing all the way. And Bo is an incredible swimmer, and once he gets a bit of clean water, he's off the front. And then, yeah, I was just chasing all the way to the end.
Were you aware of how much the deficit was when you came in at the end of the bike?
Yeah, well, I saw Bo leaving, so I thought, it's a good minute and a half, I've got to make up, so I just went out and just attacked it. It's the last race of the season, I could just left it all on the course, really.
After a phenomenal swim, Bo Smith led through the halfway stage, but has to settle for fourth in the end.
Pretty much as soon as I went out of T2, I knew they were not far behind, so it was just a matter of time, and I thought, they looked like they were running quicker than me, and I thought if I can just stay with them once they come past, but they just attacked straight past, and they didn't go up one of the hills on the far side, and it was just too tough to stay with them.
Jameson of Great Britain, not part of the international team, unfortunately, because that would have been a fantastic result. Johnston is, and she has put a little bit of space and a couple of places between herself and Pelletier of France, which could prove crucial. 31 points each. A dead heat on the points, and that means it comes down to time. Every second counts for Delphine Pelletier. And by the look on the French team's faces, they know that they've done enough. The accumulative time puts the French ahead by just about 5 minutes. They win the title that they so badly wanted in Château de Chantilly. And well done to Delphine Pelletier. What a way to finish her career.
The last K, I thought, oh, it's my last race, so it's quite hard. But I think in the life we have to pass at something else. I have done my time, and now it's for young people, and I prefer help them to be fast.
Well, here are the young fans of the Mailer family. Harvey still fighting. And Cara, who's done the gauntlet today. She's run the gauntlet. She's beaten the gauntlet.
We can see you've got your whole family with you. How much does it mean to you to have them watching you while you're racing?
I couldn't do it without them. And Harvey, my husband, does all I wouldn't have a bike without him. He does all the techie stuff, so thank you to everybody. The whole organisation means we can bring the family, so it can be a family event rather than just being a selfish thing that I do myself.
So many success stories. The British a bit disappointed with the result.
We got beat by the French, but next year we'll be back and we'll take the win that year, yeah.
So the Brits just missing out this year, but many other success stories around Hever Castle. So many first-timers, so many kids, their teachers, their parents producing outstanding performances.
What a way to round off the 2013 Castle Triathlon Series. This stately tour of Britain, Ireland and France has come to a fitting conclusion here at Hever Castle over a brilliant 2 days of sport. From everybody here in Kent, bye-bye for now.